Need to make sure you unplug the plug right here to remove it, and it pretty much comes out. You just have to nice and easy with it, and it kind of, once you get it over and around, then it pops out, and there you are. It's just this, and now I'm going to go into the garage to my workbench and going to tear it apart. I am now at my workbench. This is the model that is basically the front doors of the Tundra. You can see it has an opening here for the to unlock the door, and then the other one is behind here that's covered. Now this is the actual actuator for the back doors. I have the extended cab. This one's a little different, but basically when we tear it apart it will be the same. We will take this mechanism off first, just like this. We will remove this mechanism. We'll remove the leads. This one and this one, they just basically pop off and pop out of here. This one is behind a lock, and I'll pop that off and be right back. Okay, I didn't know where I was at. This is the front, which is front doors, driver and passenger side. It basically uses the same unit. Here's the mechanism that locks. This is the two panels. Well, here is one of the lines. All it does is pop out, and it just basically does this. So it's a very simple thing. This is the rear view one. It's the same exact thing basically on the inside. It's made a little different on the amount. This one has a lot more latches going around it for whatever reason. It's a little bit larger, but basically it is the same unit. It takes the same motor, which is a flat small motor. It's like this. You can get them off eBay. It has the flat shaft on it. It's short shaft. I will put in where we get it from, and I bought 6 of them. They were $6.25 a piece. So that beats paying $200 to $300 for these pieces. I got one off of Amazon for $153, which was the exact same one as this, because I screwed this one up trying to tear it apart when I first got it. But I know exactly how to take them apart now. So first thing we're going to do is we're going to take this mechanism off, which we're going to take this screw here out, and this one right back here, that one right there. We're going to take those out, and I'll be right back with you. Now the next thing we're going to do is we're going to take this front piece off, and you can see right here that it's clipped onto this little plastic piece. So we're going to basically, it's going to come straight up that way. We're going to take this adhesive off here. All it is weather stripping, so I'm going to peel that off, and then this thing pops up and pops right off of there. So I'll be right back again. Okay, I took the seal off of here and exposed the seam, and then you take it, and all you have to do is wedge it up this way. It will come off of that little clip down here. You see how it's out of there already. I've already removed it. It comes off, and it just sits off to the side. See, there's nothing that's going to move around or anything, so we're just going to lay this off to the side right now. And the next thing we're going to do is you got to take this screw out right here. This one, it's the gear that actually the actuator motor is somewhere in here, and there's a gear that turns this back and forth that opens and closes the lock. So let me take that off. I'll be right back. Okay, the next thing is that there's a plastic cover that's right here. I'm just gonna, all it is popped over these little clips. I'm gonna take that off, and I'll be back. Okay, I removed the piece. You can see how it was on here. There's a clip right here, and there's a clip up here. So I just removed that and put it off to the side. Now, you can look on the very outside of this thing and you can see, let me get underneath the light here, all these clips. See that clips? The clips, and then even around here has clips all the way around. For some reason they added twice as many as what on the back door actuator. There's nothing more to it, but you gotta take all these clips and move them back, and then this piece pops straight off. It comes straight off. You don't have to pry it back and forth. It just pops right off, but you have to get all the clips removed all at the same time. You just kind of work it around. It will take a few minutes, so as soon as I get it done, I will be back. Okay, I've gone around and I've used this, and I've gone down by the clips and just pried them open a little bit, and used the tip to go into the split line of it, and just started working around all the way around. It popped all the way off, and it really worked well. I've been using a screwdriver on the other ones and it didn't work very good, so I went and got this kind of set up. There was I got these and these, and I just used this pointed one right now, and it worked great. So now what we have here is that you just take and pull this thing straight off, and voila, look, here's the motor that we're going to replace. And you just take it here, and you can take a screwdriver or anything down below and just pop it right out. I'm kind of hard time. I'll be right back right after I pop it out and show you it. All I did was put a screwdriver down underneath here and pried it up. It just comes right out, and there's your motor. You take this piece and slide it right off, and there you got this motor. Now see the two openings here at the back of it, those go down on the pins right down in here when you put it back together. The motor's just, all it does is you take the new motor, like I got one right here. We're going to take and put this back on. Hold on a sec, I'll be right back. See, it just slipped right on. And we're just going to take this, and you see the slots that are on the new one. We're going to put it right back into place, and push it right down into place, and there you go. See, there's your motor, and it's all right back where it's supposed to be. I'm going to take a closer look, make sure it's right, and I'll be right back. Okay, I have it seated into place. Now, I didn't have it quite all the way down, so I ended up just grabbing it and pinching it down, and it popped all the way on there. They need to make sure that it's all the way down, and it's access to the whatever you have. So, next part is to put this back on there, and there's a couple things you got to watch out for. Is that you need to make sure the mechanisms are in the right way on this side, and you just kind of, you have to look inside. This fits right into here, so we're going to put it back together. And before you make sure it pops all the way through, you need to make sure that everything works, and I'll show you when I get back. Okay, I have it popped back together, and I was just checking to make sure. You can look down here and you can see everything is working right. You see how that mechanism. Now when we put it back together, there's a couple little pieces that are down inside here that have to go in the slot, and that there's a piece that pushes down on the back side inside here that has to be there. Best thing to do is just take this lever and make sure it's in the center position, and there's two pieces underneath, and one has to slide back. You'll see when you go to put it back together that it fits just right into the part, and before you completely click it together, just do this and make sure that everything is working right. So the next thing we're going to do is we're going to put this back on, and that basically is you're just going to take it here and slide it back onto that piece there, and we're going to nice and easily slide it back into place and pop it down like that, and it pops right back into place. You can see now that you have everything going. You can take this and put the lever down in the locking position and go like that, and you can see it pops right open. So you know you're in a good position to do it. You just need to reinstall this screw, the screw in the back, that's back here, and remember to put this one back that it pivots on the gear. Okay, I'm sorry for the video quality of this, is that I'm doing it all by myself and it's difficult to do, but I hope we get somewhere on it. Now that we got this back together and everything's working, mechanism, everything works, we're going to have to replace the seal, the weather stripping that's around here. All I did was I bought this from the local hardware store. It's 1/4 by 3/16 thick with a foam back on it. I'll clean all this off all the way around, and I'll stick a new piece all the way around and kind of smash it down a little bit to make sure it fits well. And after I do that, I'll replace both the cables back, click them back into place, pop this back on, then we'll be ready to assemble and put it back into the door, which is just reverse of what earlier videos will show. Another thing I wanted to show you, I was putting the cables back on. These are round. There's almost looks like a barrel. This one in here was just a rod going into it. Now the other ends, you got this is a round ball, and you got a round ball here. Now on the back doors that are the actuators, this one, they have that and they have a ball, but you have to remember that, see the different pieces here where the ball is, see how long this is? Now on this end and the one here, it's short like this, like the greenish yellow here, or the green one. See how short that is and how long this is? You need to put the short ones back in there, or you might not get enough movement with your actuator. It might actually hit on there and not give you enough movement. So you want to make sure that that is done. So right now I'm going to go and I'm going to clean this off and put new weather stripping on.